Oops. Not what I meant to do.
My bad. We let a sex offender, a child sex offender, dressed up like a girl,
Hello.
that would probably not be best thing.
What's up, Lisa PC?
Sorry. That was great. They nailed it. Soy Boy Chloe is 110% organic, non-GMO, gender misogynist, I'm vegetarian.
And there's no need for anyone to think that is
Okay.
we're gonna shut them down and work with
So almost
whoever
didn't
it is to shut them
come
down,
on
and they
tonight
can
because
keep
I've just
fighting.
been
You cannot
tired.
intimidate
Just
members
like
of Congress.
also had a couple other things going on, but then I thought, you know what? No, we'll come on for a little bit and hit it up and do a few things. It should be pretty fun. Just gonna be me tonight, but I am going to cover Virtuous Outrage of the Week. Of course, I don't have my little trailer set up for that, but it doesn't matter. Symbol of racism, Wisconsin University to remove a boulder from the campus over 1925 local newspaper slur. It's real. And I also want to just briefly touch on this whole Juliana press conference. And say or think what you want about Juliana. Juliana? President Trump, Juliana. I don't think I'm saying his name right now. Julian. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean. He's kind of douchey, I think, at times. But it's funny because the way they attacked him, I think, is pretty evident that the evidence that they presented is probably pretty true. And that's why they thought they would just ad hominem attack him. So we'll touch on that maybe. Exactly what they said the first time around. I'm reading my notes here. By 2 times, and they apparently are correct. Huh, wonder what article that is. I'll have to pull that up. Another study on worthless masks. That's cool. Gaslighting and all-out propaganda war. It's the most dangerous because it reveals truth and could literally help awaken millions of the deception of the democracy republic voting joke. Ad hominem attacks is all the press has. They hate us. They hate people being informed. They mock to deflect the substance of the presser. Okay, so that kind of went with the other article. Another vaccine maker's ready to go. That's nice to know. Asteroid nearly missed us. That's pretty interesting. So here I got a bunch of stuff in here that I thought I would go over. We'll see how many I get through. Knowing me, it may not be as many as I'd like, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So just dumped off some people because they were like, yeah, yinka, you're talking too much. They jump on, they jump off. Yeah, it for sure was rigged. It was for sure rigged. No doubt there. No freaking doubt. Get this other spot up though. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna go right in, guys, because I don't want to wait for all that to get through. Just jumping right in. I don't think we're gonna have a big crowd tonight. Welcome back to SJG Perspective. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday night in the upcoming craziness of this world that is upon us day by day. It's getting crazier. Talk about a few things. Kate Brown has made it very apparent and pointed that she doesn't want people here in Oregon celebrating Thanksgiving, and she's making a real push to the Karens like her that they should report anybody that's breaking the 6-person threshold in the household. But she's getting some pushback on that from different people here in Oregon, from GOP lawmen or politicians to a lady named Tootie Smith. She's a councilman or a councilwoman in Clackamas, and she's pushing back on her. So I find that pretty interesting. But she's literally like saying you will go to jail. It's crazy. It's just crazy where we're all at with all this craziness in the world around us. Make sure you guys go to SJG Perspective and follow me there. And check out my new shirts. I know I put my little video up last night. It's going to be a break we're going to see in here tonight. It's really more of one of these like little fake commercial breaks that I have so I can switch things in between our segments. But other than that, let's just jump in and just free flow tonight a little bit. And I'll probably clip up some of these things to put up as videos later. So if you guys are like, it's just Steven rambling, I'll catch the highlights later. I'm going to try to highlight all the stuff I do tonight. So if I remember, I always forget to hit record on the segments I want to keep. So on that little note, why don't we try do a little just jump right in and have a good time, right? Do a little meme time. I got some good ones. So I haven't vetted all of these. They're from a Telegram group that I'm in. And I just started looking at some of these, this group of memes in this Telegram group, and they were hilarious. One of them we're going to get to down here in a little ways is very funny. I laughed out loud. It was like a parody. It was really funny. So I haven't vetted all these, so let's just jump right in. Hopefully they're funny. Probably mildly inappropriate, like this one. Liberals be like, I wish Obama was still president. Oh, God. I'm no longer interested in awakening the masses because they made it clear that they're not interested. I'm here to connect with like-minded individuals and awaken those who want to learn. Amen to that. That's, I think, what our channel is about. Trying to awaken ourselves and just, being a little more nonpartisan and just looking at the bullshit on both sides and calling it out as we see it. Luckily, it's typically the Democrats shoveling the most of it right now. But I'm sure that pendulum will swing here in the next couple years, and it always does. But right now, Democrats, you're winning. This is funny. That's great. I don't know what else you do, but you laugh on that one. That's a good one right there. We've been told that only 6 people are allowed to meet for Thanksgiving, but 30 for a funeral. With this, I announce that we will be holding a funeral for our pet turkey that will pass away on November 26th. Refreshments provided. In lieu of flowers, please bring a side or dessert. Amen to that. That's funny. The Rona waiting to see if my table has 6 or 7 people. Because see, if you go over the amount of people in that table, the Rona will strike. The Rona. Blind, unquestioning obedience to government is so hot right now. So true, man. It's so true. I don't even, it's true. I'll be honest. This tastes like garbage. Bravo. That was dumb. 2020's Elf on a Shelf just arrived. It's Chucky. Oh. That's a good one. Since it's impossible to know in which period of my life is the middle, I've decided to have an ongoing crisis. That's dumb. The best stimulus package would be a 0% income tax. That's what I've said for a long time. If they're so concerned about the needy and the poor and whatnot, instead of raising taxes, how about drop them? How about just drop taxes? So if you make under $30,000 a year, let's say, you don't pay any taxes at all. You don't have to pay any kind of tax. Whatever your wages are that you make, you keep 100% of it. You don't have state or federal tax. That might be kind of an interesting way to give some people a stimulus. What do you say? But see, that's not what they want. The government doesn't want to give up their money. They want more of it, and then they want us to trust them that they're going to distribute it correctly. I'm not going to read that one. I don't even know. George Carlin, this one would probably be good. I haven't read these, by the way. Governments don't want an intelligent population because people who can think critically can't be ruled. They want a public just smart enough to pay taxes and dumb enough to keep voting to their enslavements. And you wonder why communists, fascists, and dictators always jail or kill critical thinkers first. George Carlin was a very funny philosopher. And he wasn't actually a philosopher, but he was in a lot of ways. Them. So how serious are you about your family not taking COVID vaccine? Me. Ready to go to war, pretty much. Gavin Newsom, stay inside. Me. Catch you outside. That's that chick, the catch me outside chick. Catch me outside. It's kind of funny. I call it the everlasting gobstopper. Willy Wonka with a Coronas ball. It never stops. The gift that never stops giving, basically. That's what that is right there. Anderson Cooper reporting on the blue wave. That's kind of funny. Not that funny, though. Was 2020 a good year? For who? The human race? No. People that make memes? Yes. Very true. It was meme gold this year, man. This was meme gold. If the news is fake, imagine how bad history is. Exactly right. Biden supporters. I don't see any signs of voter fraud. Says Ray Charles, because he can't see. If you don't stop lying, you'll grow up to be a fact checker on Facebook. That is so true. All the fact checkers, for that matter, because they're all in the back pocket of big tech. They're all in the back pocket of the left and the narrative pushers, the narrative controllers. And they don't like the opposite narrative, so they just fact check it and they lie. They lie their asses off. And then everyone's like, oh, it's not true. The fact checkers told me it wasn't true. Why don't you try to fact check the fact checkers for once? Saw that one already. This is Ned Stabler. He doxed Trump's legal team and threatened their families. Oh, wow. And then this is his stuff. Somebody doxed him on that one. Huh. Interesting. I'm going to move on so that doesn't get me effed. I haven't lost a single battle with the swamp. Oh, no, that's very highly contestable, Mr. Trump, President Trump. So hang on, you need your freaking hats. Meh. I'd say you lost a lot of them, actually. My body, my choice. No mask, right? Did they ever finish counting votes from the Iowa Democratic primary? True. He got so screwed so many times. I mean, it's probably beneficial for us that he did, but seriously. Don't mind me, just making freedom angels. Around a whole bunch of shells. It's pretty funny. The snooze button crowd on their way to work. That's true, actually. That's funny because that is so true. And poor Leonardo DiCaprio, or maybe not poor, it's good. He always gets memed up. That's so funny, though. I like that because I do that all the time. The left, the right. Me knowing neither side will actually do anything to fix our problems, so we might as well find a good fishing hole and watch it all burn down. I am progressively getting to that spot, man, where I'm just like, I'm not even worried about all this bullshit anymore because it's all there. I'm more worried about what are they really, while we're all distracted, what are they really trying to, bring down on us? What are they really trying to get past? What are they really trying to do? I really feel like a big surprise is around the corner. Some sort of I think there's going to be some sort of a new false flag attack. Any of you people out here that listen to say, oh, false flag attack, where's your tinfoil hat? Hey, that rhymed. Kind of. You're dumb if you don't think you're really not dumb. You're ignorant if you think false flag attacks don't happen. They're an actual thing. It's not a conspiracy. Our government uses them all the time. And I think they're brewing up. Obviously, we're in the midst of one with this whole COVID scam, but I think this is leading up to something major. I don't want to totally speculate on what that is, but I think it's right around the corner. And I think they're planning it all and excited to dump it on us, but moving on. Can we please stop and think why? Who gains the advantage by closing schools for COVID? Election is over. According to them, it is. This could be the start of their NWO plan, but they're not in charge right now. Trump is. Trump is in charge and schools are closing everywhere. I haven't read these, by the way. Kids have a 99.99999% survival rate, barely have symptoms at all sometimes. By the way, on that, I think Trump has been saying that kids should get back in school. But again, what he says and what he does, sometimes two different things, but he has been pushing for schools to reopen. Moderna and Pfizer have both announced vaccines that have high success rates. So why close the schools? Why do they want to so bad? I can't think of one single reason except one. Perhaps you would like to remove the little ones out of harm's way during the upcoming weeks. Maybe. I don't agree with everything in that meme right there, but kind of goes along with what I just said. This is for the Q people. That's probably why I'm like, I don't know about that one. If the lockdown worked the first time, why are we having another? If the lockdown didn't work the first time, why are we having another? So true, man. So true. That is a great security lock right there. You want the spike? Pull the pin, bitch. But then you could hold it, so that's the thing. You could actually hold it, right? Because I think if you hold it, it doesn't start counting down until you release. So, that's true. America, abuse of MSN and social media platforms. True, but they're really not burning down and going down in flames right now. They're the ones that are ruling, it's sad to say. That's kind of funny. The no ma'am am DeLorean. No. Pain without injury. The active denial system deters attacks by sending a non-lethal millimeter wave of electromagnetic energy causing a burning sensation. This is pretty cool, or pretty crazy. Not cool, but they have this, man. These focused energy and whatnot. It's crazy. They've been using it too on certain people. Have you enjoyed your 11-month free trial of the New World Order? Your lifetime subscription will be starting soon. It's pretty true. We're coming up to the one that's really funny, so stick in there. You guys are gonna love it. It's awesome. Masks in theory, not the theory. Masks in theory. Masks in reality. Masks are such a joke. There's some hoes in this house. How many? I don't get it. Kamala Harris caught littering. I don't know if you guys could see that. It's pretty small, but it's a condom through a mask. Kamala Harris caught littering. That's pretty funny. Excuse me. If 2020 was a safety harness, it's a dude with a rope. If it's too small for you to see, he's got a noose around his neck. That's funny. That can't be real. I mean, maybe it is. Wow. Trump voters, GOP. Oops. Yeah, well, we'll see. Release the Kraken. I'm not going to read all that right now. Totally banning abortion would just result in people getting them illegally and unsafely. Anyway, why do you ask? Ban guns. Oh, that is such a great... I love that one. That's great. It's very true. I can't read that. They know everything. I'm sorry. I can't read that. Superb. CH dons cape mask, attempts to fly without broomstick. Excuse me, not superb. Super bitch dons cape mask and attempts to fly without broomstick. Oh, that's funny. Name something you might say to let people know that you're retarded. My mask protects you. We need a vaccine. The new normal. Stayed home saves lives. This is kind of funny. Oh, that's funny. Okay, that was funny. On the last edition of Watch Your Ratings Burn, Dominions should sue Giuliani, and Powell and allow discovery into their company. What? On the latest edition of Watch Your Ratings Burn, Dominion should sue Giuliani and Powell and allow discovery into their company. Interesting. I don't know who put that meme in there. And then I said, we're sounding the alarm. The spread of COVID could overwhelm our healthcare system. They totally bought it. As Dickwad is, who just put out, you can't meet in groups bigger than 6, I believe. You got to stay on for Thanksgiving. Bling, boom, blang, boom, blop. He's out eating because the rules don't apply to those dick cheeses. John Dizowski says, it's Thursday morning. Make sure you stupid F's buy all the toilet paper again, asshats. It's funny.
Are you ready?
Okay, here it is. This is the best one I have. This is the best one. Here we go.
Oh, who lives in a swamp right under the sea? Who sniffs your untied and won't let her flee? Who touches your mom and croaks all the kids? Be sure not to tell your dad what I did. Horny, buy and grab it. Buy and grab it. Buy and
That's so great.
grab it. Buy and grab it.
I think that one takes that. That's a brilliant little meme there. That's brilliant. Whoever came up with that, well done. Errors and accidents and glitches, oh my. Errors and accidents and glitches, oh my. It's pretty funny. The same people who thought a desk would stop a nuke tell you a mask will slow the virus. There, I fixed it. No more global warming. I'm not challenging your authority. I'm denying it completely. I really, really, really hope people start to do this and wake up to this and really start to actually just push back and completely deny every single thing these authoritarian asshats are trying to get us to do. It's what we all need to start doing, guys. I finally found it. Blinker fluid. Good for up to 6,000 blinks. Maximum strength. If you haven't checked your blinker fluid in your car lately, you should go out right now and do it. It's very important. The Weather Channel said, dress for the mid-70s today. That's kind of funny and dumb. Thought us schools were bad? French schools have to put up don't throw your toddler over the fence signs. It's dumb. Dear governors, when you pay my bills, you can tell me how many people I can have in my house. Until then, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and fuck off. Amen to that.
What we're doing to make sure that that we are ready at this level after working these details.
This isn't a meme. This is some sad reality right here. What he's about ready to say, and I didn't know this was coming up, but I have watched this, is talking about the military's plan for distributing the vaccine. This is one of my biggest problems and one of my biggest issues and pushback and anger that I've had against Trump. So everyone that's mad at me that I'm pushing back or I'm having anything bad or to say about Trump, here's one of the main reasons why. Because of this right here. Listen to what he has to say.
For the last 6 months, as I've told the team, 2 things we must have. One, upon emergency use authorization, all of America must receive vaccine within 24 hours, as I said. I think this is incredibly important. Fair and equitable distribution of the vaccine throughout the country simultaneously. There is no haves and have-nots. It is an equitable distribution, and we are driving hard to make sure that that happens.
There is no have and have-nots. Everyone must have the vaccine. When they're telling you it's not going to be mandatory, they were lying to you. They were either lying to you, as we know, through shame, guilt, and peer pressure, and not being able to actually go out and do what you need to do in the world without having your vaccine, and or secondarily, full on, no, I'm sorry, you don't have a choice not to get it. You're getting the damn vaccine. So, there you go. Somebody just, cranberry L variant. Oh, okay.
The second thing that we want to do is make sure that the cadence of vaccine delivery following the first push is routine so that states/jurisdictions can plan for it and account and develop execution of the administration in a routine method so that the population is well informed.
Where's Trump on this, guys? He set this up. And that's the part that we got to really question and ask. This is way bigger, honestly, in so many ways than this whole election fiasco. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, there's a big part of me that says I really want Trump to win, right? I really want him to get back in. But there's another large part of me that says if he doesn't, well, then maybe half the country that want him to get back in won't be so ready to take this vaccine. Because if he does get back in, everybody there's going to be 70 plus million people that are going to be like, yeah, we should get it. The other 70 million are probably going to say, no, I'm not going to trust because of Trump. All I know is this vaccine, to me, is a bigger issue and a bigger threat and a bigger story than just about most other things that we're dealing with. So if you aren't happy single, you won't be happy taken. Real happiness comes from gun ownership, tactical training, cooking your own bacon, not from a relationship. It's funny. This is what white guys keep fighting and dying for. So true. Stupid white men openly promoting us to breed away, shipping our jobs overseas. Homo rides down there. You can read it. Is your baby racist? White guilt propaganda. Yeah, so true, man. A lot of truth there. Communist protector, Cory Booker Spartacus. That's funny. How to manipulate an entire country, hijack the media, hijack the news, hijack the press, hijack the biggest online search engine, hijack the biggest online social platforms, hijack the school systems. Then manipulate facts, push the narratives, create lies, make people believe what you tell them to believe, period. This is exactly what the left have done. These people do not appreciate your freedom. Their end goal is to be able to control you. That's all. That's it. We can stop right now. That's it. No wonder liberals are so confused. I don't get it. Dumb. For the love of God, shove your mask up your ass. Let's see. I'm just going through a couple more of these. Who needs oil? I ride the bus. This isn't your everyday. This isn't your everyday stupid. This is an advanced stage of stupid. Who needs oil? Right there. Yeah, it's so true. Okay. Let's end that up. That was one of the episode of Meantime with Steven right there. All right. Boom. So stop recording that. All right, guys, let me read some of these chats. Some of those were pretty funny. Some of them were kind of dumb. Well, either way, whatever. Let's read a few of your chats. I don't know if he must be working for Biden. What? What is Abaddon talking about? This guy's full of shit. People have the choice to say no. Oh, got you. Okay. I thought you were talking about me at first. I'm like, Abaddon, you know I ain't working for Biden. The vax will not be forced on people. You say that, Abaddon. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope not, man, but I kind of think it eventually will be, even if nothing else than peer pressure. It will be forced on people, but which is your choice. But I'm not so sure I agree with you, man. I love you. You're here all the time, and I appreciate it. But I don't know if I fully agree with that or not. But anyway, I don't see how they could enforce it. Well, that's what they have the military for. 100%. It is, but guys, so many. It is 100% unconstitutional. I agree with you, Abaddon. But think about what's happening right now is 100% unconstitutional with our lockdowns and them telling us we can't have Thanksgiving, and people are capitulating to it, right? The Constitution is a piece of paper. It's rules, but if people decide not to enforce them or to let unconstitutional stuff be enforced, then what power does it have? So I know there will be bribes like with the Ticketmaster and such. Absolutely. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we don't have to support them. Ticketmaster will go down like movie theaters. Possibly, yeah. Nearly all the musicians are sucking NWO cock anyway, so I really don't want to support their trash. Good point. Idiocracy in real time. No, not you, bro. I know. Now I figured that out. I'll take a bullet before the vax. Yeah, well, I hear you, man. Didn't have a second wave because they are already communist. Did you see that the New York business... Wait a second. Did you see the New York business kick the police out of... Don't know what you were going to say there. What's up, Rational? I'm not everyone else want to be sheep. That's on them. Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I know there will be a lot of people who won't do it. I'm one of them, but... I am one of them. I'm not taking the vaccine, but I don't know where that leaves us. I don't know where that puts us. I do have a family to think about, but I can't. And because I have a family to think about is precisely why I'm not going to take it. Having said that, it's, I think, going to be pushed upon us. I hope I'm wrong. I hope, just like I've said, I hope I'm wrong that Trump ends up winning this whole thing because I think that there would be benefits in him winning, and I think he would get enough pushback from his supporters. And in these last few weeks, man, he's really been going for it. He's really maybe finally. I'm back and forth on this. I'll be very honest. But maybe in these last few weeks, he has been pushing like to get the troops out. He's been cracking down on firing people that are swampy. It's a little too too late, though, in my opinion. So if he does make it back in, I know they got some game plans, and they've put. I think I heard. I don't know if it's fake news, but I'll have to check. But I think they put. I heard today. They put SCOTUS's over each one of these questionable states that are going to be running everything to fast track these lawsuits to get final answers on them. So if he does make it back into office, there's a lot of stuff that we're already so effed, is what I'm trying to say, is because the blowback and the meltdown that's going to happen from that. Wow. Part of me wants to watch it all burn. I'm just conflicted on all this stuff, exactly where I fall and what I think on him. But if he gets in, maybe he does relent. But he set warp speed in place, guys. He did. He said the military was going to be delivering this and was going to do it very fast and was going to do it very efficiently. He did. He's the one who's been pushing and taking credit for all these vaccines. We broke down in a couple videos ago the efficacies of these vaccines. One was 90, and it's hilarious because Pfizer came out at 90%. Moderna came out then, was like, oh, I see you're 90%, and I'll raise you 94%. So they jumped up to 94%. And I believe there's another one that just came out. And I don't know what that efficacy rate came in. It probably came in at like 95, right? I mean, they just keep leapfrogging each other to prove who's better and whatnot. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it all falls and how it all breaks down. But it is something that makes me a little worried, I would have to say. Worried. And who knows? Put them in the asylum. They're nuts anyway. SJG's perspective, getting the troops out to have them deliver the vax in a very strong manner. Yeah, exactly. It says, not a lot happening here, mate. Just wanting to see what the Kraken is. Not expecting much, but hoping for it. Yeah, Easy only said, getting the troops out to have them deliver the vax in a very strong manner. Yeah, I think you guys need to open up your mind to the ability or to the possibility that they're going to force this. They've changed they've said so many things to us, and then they flip-flop on it. They've said all of these things, and then they flip-flop on it. And Trump has said a lot of things that sound good to us and make us go rah, rah, rah. I agree. But then when it comes to making good on them, sometimes he has not done that. Now, we can say that's because he couldn't, because of the pushback and because everyone was against him. Or it's because he doesn't really. I'm sorry. I really am in that position right now where I don't know. And as soon as I really feel like I do know on these things, I'm not going to hold back because I don't want to offend certain people or because Trump's our guy and we can't go against him. I don't have a guy anymore. I have a plan that I believe in. I have a system that I want to see work, and I don't trust any damn person anymore to get that done. It really does, I think, come to us. It comes down to us and what we're willing or not willing to do. So that's kind of what I say. Okay, so I'm going to do this next article here. I'm going to play, you guys probably saw this, but I'm going to play my little shirt break advertisement. It's about, I don't know, minute and a half long. And we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the symbol of racism. The Wisconsin University is going to remove a boulder because they are the virtue signalers of the week. And then I'll probably do at least one more article too on that we're going to read this about an asteroid that's kind of interesting. And then some stuff that John Kerry did about pushing the Great Reset. And then also Bumbledorf, Joe Biden. If we thought Donald Trump was hilarious when he won, this side-splitting, funny yet terrifying Joe Biden bumbles through appearance, vows to dictate to companies. So we'll talk about that. That's kind of funny too. But right now, let's jump over. Don't leave. And we'll be right back after this short little SJG break. And that was not how it was supposed to go. It was supposed to go like this. We'll talk to you in a second.
Hey everybody, I'd like to invite you to go over to SJG Perspective and get a shirt.
Rational
What kind of
Wrong
shirt you
Think.
may
Check
ask?
this
Well,
out.
These shirts are in the style of Meme Time with Steven. Let's take a look at a couple of them.
Rational Wrong
Baker
Think
Boots.
shirt. Not this one.
It's Joe Biden. That's great. Love it. How about You Tread, I Bite? This is a Rational Wrong Think special. Gonna get your COVID shot? Probably shouldn't. Gonna turn out looking like the Elephant Man. Hey, Bear Sotero. Criminal, anti-American. These are some coming designs. Unmasked, unmuzzled, unvaccinated, unafraid. Get that one. This one's one of my favorite right here. Declassify everything. Moab bomb that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just blow it up. Blow it up, Trump. This one's gonna come. Cognitive dissonance. How can a vaccinated person give an unvaccinated person the virus? We the people will not be silenced. Just let's rise up. It's time. This one's great. You know what? China's humping us with the Democrats. Biden voters, hey, they're holding a boat rally. You know what I'm saying? They're dead.
They're dead.
Turn your TV off, man. Too much junk going in your brain. All these cookies are missing something, and socialism takes it all. Government services, we wish we could just unsubscribe. Unfortunately, our two-party system sucks right now. It's pretty much the way it is. Guys, it's not a recession. It's called robbery. They're taking our money. If you're going to obey immoral laws, I am sorry, we can't be friends. It's safe to go out when the virus, Fauci, it's a good one. Crack, Hunter Biden, how can you go wrong there? Joe Biden sniffing. It's hot in here, is it global warming? And then here's another one that's going to be coming, toilet paper. Joe Biden, wipe your butt with. That'd be great. So, these are some of my designs that are coming. The first 4 were designs I have. And so if you want one of these amazing, awesome shirts, you need to get over to sjgperspective.com and buy one. Also, in the comment section, or in my community section, or if you subscribe, you can email me. Why don't you give me your designs, or go over to the Discord. You can find that in sjgperspective.com. Sign up for the Discord.
With that, I made you
drop,
Ukraine.
drop your design in there, and I will.
Oh,
It's
that's a
good.
good
I'll
one.
turn it into a T-shirt and put it on the shore. The shore, not the shore, the store. And I'm not re-recording this, so doing it from my phone. So I'm just gonna keep that little flub in there. So sjgperspective.com. Go check it out. We'll talk to you guys soon. Later. Bye.
Okay. And there we go. I should probably trim that down so it comes on a little quicker. Yeah, go over to sjgperspective.com. Make sure you guys are subscribed to me over there. And yes, I didn't come up with these, but these memes are awesome. And so I'm going to put the ones that I think are funny and hilarious on a shirt and put them, sell them. I would like people to submit on my Discord, which you can find my Discord link on my website. In the meme section there, drop a meme in there and put, hey, Steven, this would be a good one for a shirt. The best one I find that I think will be hilarious, or maybe it's a couple, I'll throw them up in the shop for people on a t-shirt. Additionally, anybody out there listening now or later that does some graphic design work, I'm looking for somebody to maybe design me a cool shirt, the SJG, that is reminiscent of, you know, let's just start a contest right now with all the people listening to this. I will go in tonight and put a new channel on my Discord, so check it for tomorrow. A logo, SJG logo design. The best logo design wins a t-shirt. I will buy you a t-shirt and send it to you, and it will also put it up in my store. So best logo design will be announced and will become a shirt. So if you're a graphic designer, get to graphic designing, and you can get yourself a shirt for free. It's going to cost me $25. So there's that. Okay, let's jump in here. Thank you, Rational Wrong Think. I appreciate that. But now people aren't going to go to my website to find that link. So maybe you should drop the website link too, Rational. Just kidding. Appreciate it. So guys, this little story comes out to us from Wisconsin University. It says, a symbol of racism. Wisconsin University to remove Boulder from campus over 1925 local newspaper slur. So apparently, 1965 or 1925 local newspaper slur has caused the virtue signalers of the week the virtuous left to be so offended by this boulder. You can't make this shit up. The University of Wisconsin-Madison is planning to somehow remove a 70-ton boulder from its campus because a word once used to describe it in the 1920s was a racial slur. The problematic boulder is officially known as Chamberlain Rock in honor of Thomas Crowder Chamberlain, a renowned 19th and 20th century geologist and former university president. Unfortunately, in the 1920s, a common name for a large rock for a large and darkly colored boulder was a racial slur of a ennerhead. Cementing and canceling of the Chamberlain Rock is a fact that it was once referred to by this nickname in print in 1925 by the Wisconsin State Journal. Over the summer, the university's Black Student Union called for the rock's removal, saying it was a historic symbol of racism. Last week, the campus planning committee unanimously voted for the boulder to be removed and from Observatory Hill. This is a huge accomplishment for us. The union's president, Nala McWhorter, that's a terrible name, said on Wednesday, adding, "We won't have that constant reminder that symbol that we don't belong here." The Wisconsin, is it really that though? Or does anybody, honestly, without digging up a 1925 paper, was there really this mass movement of all black people that would come to the Wisconsin-Madison University and would see this boulder to think that triggers me of racism? Or they would just think, man, that's a big-ass rock. Does it really trigger racism? Does it really trigger that? Or is that something we're digging through the annals and the cracks and the crevices and lifting things to find something that we can be offended about and we can cause a stink about and we can get ourselves a little article written up about and eventually have this rock removed, because that's what they're planning on doing. It's insanity. This is insanity, guys. The Wisconsin State Journal story is the only recorded instance of the rock being referred to by the slur, according to the university's historians. It is yet unknown how the university will go about getting rid of the giant stone. Moving it could prove troublesome due to its hefty weight. So Chamberlain Rock could be broken up or possibly buried. Now, possibly burying it, that would be a sign of burying racism right underneath the surface, right? That's the very problem with all of our white privilege. It's that racism buried right under the surface. So they clearly can't just bury this racist rock. They're probably going to have to blow that bitch up and carry it out chunk by chunk if they really just want to give a big to the racism of that rock. That's what I say, at least. The student union is reportedly working on a solution with the university's geoscience department, which says there is educational value in the rock, which was carried by glaciers, perhaps from as far north as Canada, and later excavated from the site of the Observatory Hill in the 1920s. Some social media commenters were utterly baffled by a simple rock with a plaque in memory of a geologist being deemed racist, saying that the PC culture has gone too far. Have they, or have they not gone far enough? Conservative cartoonist Ben Garrison called it 2020 in a nutshell. That's so true. While conservative film director Dinesh D'Souza said the rock must have deserved its fate by refusing to be a brown or a black, completely and thus displaying insensitivity to minorities. You know, that's really truly in a nutshell. I would have to completely agree with Dinesh D'Souza on that one. Hang on one second, guys. That the fact that we are actually having this discussion, right, on this rock, the fact that we're actually having this discussion, that this is actually in some way, shape, or form racist, is just, I don't really know what to say. It's silly, but I wanted to put it up here as a virtuous outreach of the week. If we're really that absolutely hurt and upset about a rock that in 1925 someone referred to in a racial slur, I really think that we should dig deeper and find out what really is the mental disorder that is absolutely careening society and our culture off a cliff. Because that is the bigger question. Not a rock that is sitting on a university campus? Give me your thoughts below. You can disagree with me if you'd like. But until next time, we will, we'll, I guess, discuss this kind of craziness soon enough, because I'm sure next week or tomorrow there'll be a new virtuous outrage of the week. So that is, I kind of had that little ending there because I'm going to clip that up and put it up on for a little video by itself. So I'm not going anywhere, but anyways, that's insanity. Give me your thoughts, though, guys, on this afterwards on that, because I would like to hear kind of what you guys have to think on that too. All right. Going to do another one here, but before I do that, let me get it all queued up. So give me 60 seconds and watch the video. You guys have watched a million times, but I'm going to do another one of these too, because I need to get a fresher CD break commercial video going on here. But give me a second to get some queued up here, and we'll be back in literally 60 seconds.
Late at night, it's a faking crime by Justice Boys.
Imagine an audio collection of parody songs designed to trigger the safe place snowflakes of the most easily offended among us. Experience one of the best collections in conservative parody troll musical English. Direct from SJG Perspective Productions comes the Patriot Parody Troll Leftist Aneurysm-Inducing Collection. Have a laugh with Ice Fairy. I ponder the truth of media lies with Tell Me Lies. You might need to take a shower after listening to Super Great. No other collection will bring joy, tears, and laughter to the ears of the conservatives, while simultaneously bringing tears of frustration to the SJWs and business. To receive your collection, like, share, and subscribe to SJG Perspective, and receive access to this content and much more. Don't wait, it can disappear any moment.
Probably will, knowing everything going on in this crazy ass world we're living in with YouTube. So do subscribe to sjgperspective.com, right? Not just SJG Perspective on YouTube. That was back when I thought maybe I could dodge those bullets. Don't think I'm going to dodge those bullets anymore. So make sure you guys get over to SJG Perspective. So I don't know if you guys saw this article, right? This one's pretty fun right here. Turns out that Whoopi Goldberg came out and said Trump is doing nothing about the pandemic. The blood is on his hands. How does anybody take this man seriously? I don't understand how people take this man seriously. Let's listen to her.
I don't even know what to say. Here's a reality check. A Minnesota ICU nurse gave to President Joe Biden just yesterday. And watch this, because this is from somebody who's in the middle of it. Take a look.
I myself have held the hand of dying patients who are crying out for their family that they can't see. We need to act quickly to protect our healthcare workers so that we can save as many lives as possible. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary,
I'm sorry I'm so emotional.
No.
It's just...
you got me emotional.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break before we even listen to what this man has to say. How is that? Number one, that seemed very scripted. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe this nurse that is in hospital has held the hands of dying patients. But she signed up for that job because she's working in a hospital where people die a lot. Number one. Number two, how is that Trump's fault again? How is this Trump's fault? He put everything in place, from ventilators to PPE to everything, right, to keep these things from happening. So how are we going to make this Trump's fault? Number one, this is all show, right? This is all, we all know this is all theater. This is all theater. Whoopi Goldberg, all of the news, it's all theater. We know what's really been going on. We understand what's really going on when you dig down into the numbers on the virus, right? When we understand the lack of efficacy of masks, the lying of the numbers of people that have caught it and actually died, right? We know from Birx herself saying that many people that have died are good 25% of them didn't really die from the COVID. We understand that from Dr. Michael Ryan from the WHO that 780 million people worldwide have been infected with this. And we have now saying 50-ish million have been infected with it, and a million-ish, maybe 2 million, I haven't recently looked, but have died from it. Again, highly inflated numbers, according to Dr. Birx. But all of that aside, let's just pretend this was the worst virus in the world, which it isn't. Trump's done everything he can do. So for this man to come out and say, Whoopi, to come out and say that this is Trump's fault and the blood's on his hands, it's so blatantly, ridiculously, and totally, thoroughly hilarious to me. Let's listen to what else I have to say here.
I mean, we are 9 months into this pandemic. What the hell is going on? People still not on the same page about all this? What is happening? What do you think? I mean, it's crazy, Sarah.
Well, this virus has been hijacked as a political message, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Straight out of the gates, the president...
Who hijacked it? Who hijacked this for a political message? It has been... This is why I don't watch these things anymore or listen to them, because they do get my blood pretty boiling, and how the stupidity behind it.
Current President Trump and the administration turned this into a political message. The refusing to wear a mask became a rallying cry, and they leaned in.
No, that's because 85% of the people that got sick from the coronavirus actually were wearing masks. It's because there's been numerous flip-flopping from the CDC itself on the efficacies of masks and how much, and even Dr. Fauci himself has gone from don't need to wear a mask, you should wear a mask, to you don't really need to wear a mask, to backing you should wear a mask. He's flip-flopped several times on it. So no, the politicalness, the politicizing of it has been around the mask from the left. And we see how fake it is, because whenever these sons of bitches, from governors to mayors to politicians to celebrities, aren't behind a camera, or aren't in front of a camera, rather, we just saw that with Sean Penn and old Jack Dorksky walking on their Hawaiian private beach. They weren't wearing a mask, but when he's in front of a camera, he's telling everybody the importances of wearing a mask. The mask thing is a joke. Trump is the only one who's been telling the truth on the mask. These are the dickwads that have actually been politicizing it.
Into it flagrantly disregarding all the science. And I think the other thing is
all the science, which they don't ever quote. They just say the science, but they neglect all the science that comes out and says masks aren't really all that important and don't really help anybody that much. And they in fact hurt a lot of people.
The mask wearing, this was always a 3-part action plan. It was wear your mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. It was always the 3 of those together, and it wasn't 100% gonna, eliminate the virus, but it was our best weapon, and that's straight from doctors and scientists, people we've had on this show who told.
And Trump has never said don't wear a mask. And he's never said don't social distance or wash your hands. He supported and put all of those things in practice, which I will say has been to his detriment. He should have stood his ground from the beginning, like Sweden did and some of these other European nations did, that actually now are not getting all that much. I know there's some recent articles that have came out and some politicians in Sweden are saying, we missed it. We shouldn't have done the mass, herd mentality and whatnot. They didn't miss it. Because the science on the mask and non-mask was about the same, about almost the same. This is absolute effing insanity. If we had a virus that was contagion level, melt your brain and you liquefy your blood and innards out, die bad virus, you wouldn't need to ask anybody to wear a mask or social distance. They would all see it, know it, and do it them damn selves. This is pushed upon and lied upon and completely, contradictory stuff being told about us. You can't eat inside, but you can eat inside if your inside is outside by a tent. Then it's okay. You can sit 6 to a table, but 7 you'll catch the vid. At 10 o'clock the vid comes out like a monster and gets you. You got to stay away from. There's been such insane, uncritical. If you think about it with the littlest bit of critical thinking, you see the insanity behind it. But then these dickwads on here push this, and then you have so many people out there that just take it hook, line, and sinker. It just is infuriating to me.
Told us that's what you need to do right now. Actually, the top 5, so in the states with the highest cases per 100,000 residents in the last 7 days who have contracted the disease, they're all 5 Republican governors. Like the South Dakota governor, who's really in the thick of it, they have a 60% infection rate in their population. And she says she wants to do good. I am blown away that she can't.
I'm blown away by your blatant, apparent, complete, patronizing, fake ass plea and shaming of the people. They are reading off a fucking script, people. All of them are in it together. The media is all in it together. I can't even take any more of this article. I'm done with it. I'm totally done with it. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry. I'm totally done with that article. We're done. We get it. Whoopi, you're a dumbass, and your white privileged twatty friend is one too. Pisses me off. What happened to academic freedom? Yeah, look at this. Speaking of the mask and the insanity, look at this article, guys. Look at this article. Try to record this one. I forgot to record the last one, and that was a good one too. I was on a roll. I'll have to clip it up. Okay. What happened to academic freedom? Scientists fume as Facebook flags COVID-19 study questioning mask effectiveness as false. This article just came out on the 21st of November, a couple days ago. Today, maybe? Yesterday. Came out late yesterday. Brand new article. Social media can't be allowed to suppress scientific discourse, critics said after Facebook's fact checkers flagged as false an Oxford professor's report. Fact checkers that work for Facebook. Some sweaty pimpy ass zitty ass pimply ass zit face punk bitch dickwad. I don't know. I'll have to come up with a better flow of an insult there. But some idiot fact checker in the bottom of his basement, mom's basement, flagged a Oxford professor's report citing a Danish study on the effectiveness of masks against COVID-19. What has happened to the academic freedom and freedom of speech? There is nothing in this article that is false. Carl Hagen, the director of the Center for Evidence-Based Medicine at Oxford University, said on Friday. Yet Facebook flagged it. And you can't get this. You can't read the article now on Facebook. It'll get taken down because it goes against the narrative, and it's from really smart scientists and medical people that understand these things. So we can't have credible people going against this incredibly uncredible narrative. We can't have credible people doing that. He posted a screenshot of Facebook's flagging his article for the Spectre magazine as false information, citing independent fact checkers. Oh, God. Hennigan was discussing the long-delayed study on the effectiveness of face masks, conducted in Denmark and finally published this week. One of the few randomized controlled trials on masks. It suggested that masks alone don't work to stop the spread of COVID-19. Monitoring 6,000 adults participants for a month, half of them issued with masks and instructions on how to use them. Danish scientists found that 1.8% of mask wearers got the virus, compared to 2.1% in the control group. While masks do have an effect, the Danish researchers wrote they alone can't stop the spread of the coronavirus. The political establishment in the West, however, including Silicon Valley big tech giants, basically consider this heresy and has flagged the study as false information. Health authorities like the American CDC recently updated their position, insisting masks are even more effective against the coronavirus transmission than previously believed, protecting the wearer as well as others. The CDC just came out and said that, but if you go back and you do your research on the history of what the CDC has said since this has came out, they are on the one side of the line this day, one side of the line that day. Not this day and that day. Maybe this month they're on this side, the next month they're on this side. They have flip-flopped back and forth. It is the CDC who has came out and given guidelines, don't forget, to all of the clinics and hospitals and people that are doing these testing, right? It is the CDC that has came out and told people that you should run the cycle test, your PCR cycle test. It has like an 80 or 90% false positive record on it, or possibilities. You're going to get a false positive. Anyways, they have said you should run a 40 cycle test on this PCR testing. Well, that's interesting because the scientists in the room, right, what they have, Dr. Fauci, has came out and said, he said if you run any test past a 35 cycle, it is minuscule that you are going to get a correct reading on it. You have less than a 3% chance that's going to be a correct reading. That's going to be an accurate reading. And yet the CDC has said run those cycles up to 40. You wonder why the cases are blowing up everywhere, people? Want to know why the cases are blowing up everywhere? It's because the CDC is running cycle tests up to 40, which again, Fauci has came out and said if you run them past 35, it's an ineffective test. It is an unreliable, you cannot trust it test. So yeah, let's listen and trust what the CDC has to say, who's bought and paid for by Bill Gates. Even though Bill Gates has came out and said some negative things against the CDC, that's all show. Hennigan found himself under attack by other scholars, such as Thomas Conte of Brazil, for citing a supposedly severely underpowered study that was badly designed and showed a null result, arguing that the masks absolutely work. Critique the study then, responded historian and lockdown critic Phil Magnus, adding that the issue at hand is social media platforms censoring stories about it because they don't like the political implications. Amen to that. Dame Helena Moresi, a conservative member of the UK House of Lords, seconded in the sentiment. This is a very dangerous direction of travel with respect to what science actually is, our freedom of expression, diversity of thought, and democratic norms, irrespective of what anyone thinks about COVID-19, she tweeted in support of Hennigan. The Oxford professor is a well-known critic of the lockdown tactics used by the governments around the world in an attempt to stop, slow, or mitigate the spread of the novel coronavirus. Earlier this month, he argued that the government of Prime Minister Boris Johnson used bad data to justify a second lockdown, which began on November 5th, which he absolutely did, and the UK people rose up against it and marched in the streets, and I applaud them for it. He was also one of the co-authors of an open letter in September urging 10 Downing Street to focus on protecting the most vulnerable members of society instead. Amen to that. You have a 99.997% chance that if you're under the age of 70 or 75 years old, that you're going to be fine. You probably won't even know you have it, that you're going to get better. It's not going to be a problem. Carry on with life. So that problematic or that vulnerable crowd over 75 years old, right, that portion of the crowd is where we should be focusing our energies and our attentions. That makes sense. I'm all for that. Why don't we focus our attention on that vulnerable crowd? The vulnerable crowd that is always vulnerable every flu season. Especially now. Maybe this is a little bit more of a virulent, dangerous. We'll go dangerous. A virus. Virulent. I think it was the word I was looking for there. Virus, right? Maybe it is. So let's protect those who need protecting and not shut everything down. But again, this is about the Great Reset. This is about Agenda 2030. This is about taking total control. This is about authoritarian lockdown. This is about reprogramming society. That is what all of this is about. It has nothing to do with the virus. And governments don't care about us. They don't love us. I'm sorry to break your bubble. If you think they do. If you think your government cares about you, I'm sorry to tell you, you're wrong. They don't. The existing policy of suppressing the virus through lockdowns is increasingly unfeasible and is leading to significant harm across all age groups, which is likely offset which likely offsets all the benefits, the letter said. Amen. You cannot disagree. You cannot disagree with that. Amen. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. We are such in the middle of a, I don't even really know where to put it. I mean, the strength at which, the intensity at which the left is coming for people, and the authoritarianism is being pushed, and the sheep and the people believe it. It's blows me away. It really does. It's moving at breakneck speed, and they have some more surprises up their sleeves. I expect something to happen around the cybersecurity, something in that realm. There's been some chatter on some of these people that I follow that have been talking about, some investigative journalists that have been pointing to a new false flag attack that's going to happen. And now we've went from 9/11 was the terror, right? The terrorist mindset of locking down our freedom so we don't get attacked by a terrorist, bombed, the Muslim, so on and so forth. The new frontier is going to be biological terrorism. That's where they're setting the stage. That's what they're planning for. That's what they're programming, predictively programming. That's what they're setting us up for. And that will be the stage of the new false flag. I believe all of this is a false flag. I'm not saying that there is not a virus, right? I'm not the one. There's many people that I highly respect to think they don't even really think there's a virus. Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. But I could also say there is some virus. It didn't originate the original story is not true. It didn't originate from a Wuhan bat factory. Or open market. That's proof because this was around that there's been scientific studies coming out now that have said that this same virus they found was around and in people and circulating in earlier, recently as early as September of 2019 in Italy. And then Canada has found this matter back in 2013 through some, I'll get the article. Maybe I'll do a segment on that. So it's all bullshit, right? It's all bullshit. Through the testing, the gain of function testings that our government and other governments around the world have done on these viruses, there's no doubt in my mind. There's not a single doubt in my mind that this was released nefariously from someone. Which also makes me think, well, why'd they release kind of a weak virus? Well, it could have all been a test. It could have been a test run. I kind of think it is. And a conditioning run, and they weren't quite prepared for how they were going to roll it all out. I think we're kind of in a live exercise actually going on right now, and they're getting ready for phase number 2. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe we're in a roll up and a setup for phase number 2, and I don't know when that rolls out or what exactly it looks like, but I think that's definitely coming. Yeah. So, anyways. Again, there's a bunch of things that I wanted to get to that I wasn't fully committed to doing a stream tonight anyways. I was just like, but I should probably do one, get up and talk to my friends and see what's going on. Yeah, so let me read a few of these right here, and then we'll probably peace out. They're making a list and checking it twice. Yeah, it's true. They need to sit in the corner for 30 days with a dunce cap. Amen, Debbie. Glad to have you back, Debbie White. Glad we didn't scare you off. Salter Cracker said there has been a massive ramping up of military movement across the USA. Has anyone noticed that? Nah, not super recently, but a few months back I did. But I saw a big old train of military stuff being ran by my work. The aliens could be the next false flag. Very true, Lisa PC. They're setting that up crazy. The fear-mongering is the false flag. Yeah, that could be also. It's part of it. I don't think that's all of it, Abaddon. I don't think that's all of it. They had been pushing the aliens. They have been pushing. They've been doing a lot of disclosure and all that. Pompey said that a live exercise. Yeah, exactly. He did say that. The control of virus stats are as reliable as the Biden vote count. Yeah, the control of virus. I like that, Rat. You always come up with good little nicknames. I'd love to play a game of tetherball against Whoopi. It's funny. I haven't rational, and they usually move a lot in my area due to the base and the infrastructure around me. Glad you did it. Glad you did. I was bored. I don't know what that means. I remember you streaming that. Yeah. On what? What did I stream? Oh, yeah. On the yep. Yeah, that's right. Abaddon, I was about to say that. It's a big part of it. Yeah. I am a lizard, but I'm mostly harmless. That's true. You are. Unlike everything else in Australia that kills you. So, Rational, I expect you to get that shirt that you wanted me to make for you. So I made it. We could tweak it if it isn't quite up to your Australian likings, but when you get a few extra euros or however it works in your part, I think it's euros, you should get one of those bad boys. Or maybe for a Christmas gift, I should buy it and send it to you. Maybe that would be the very nice, supportive thing to do, but I probably won't. I might. I shouldn't say that. I might. Okay. Well, Great Reset. H.G. Wells, I'm going to do a little research on the open conspiracy. I'd like to hear from you guys some subjects that maybe we could do some series on. I could do some research on, or we could cover and do kind of a series on some things here. I want to start doing less random stories and stuff and try to get a little more like structured with what we're talking about and doing. And I really need to get back to doing some parodies. I've been thinking about that recently. I really need to get back on that, and I haven't yet. So they take a lot of time, but I definitely want to do that. Oh, I wasn't at the bottom. Yeah, was I at the bottom? We are having a nice Thanksgiving dinner and enjoying it. Good for you. I like to hear that, Debbie. Dollars, mate. Euros is European currency. Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were kind of in Europe. I thought you guys were kind of considered like part of London or something. Shows you how much I know, right, Rat? The Biden laptop would be a good cover, although I would miss your channel if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's true. That is true. The Biden laptop, yeah, that would be a good one. But you can always find me. We can always just move over to D Live, if you know what I mean. Like if I get off of here, I will always be streaming weekly on D Live. So you guys will eventually have to. So people who haven't signed up will eventually have to bite the bullet if they care. If you guys care too, you may not care, and I get it. And that's fine. All right, I'm gonna head over to D Live real quick before I get out of here because I think I forgot the last couple nights. I don't know if I got enough in there to distribute though. We'll find out. We'll find out. And if Lacey Peasey's still in here, which I don't know if she is or not. She might have. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, I do. I do got enough, guys. Lucky you. Lucky you. Rational will probably run over there now and jump in, trying to get in on the releasing of the Krakens. She is here. Okay, so I submitted it. I'm going to give anybody else a chance if they're going to jump over there. No, I probably won't. Rational, if you were in already totally different hemisphere, the globe, brother, we are down there. I'm terrible with it. I don't care. You guys are, Steven didn't kill himself. That's right. Hashtags, right. Start it right now. Start that trend right now. Steven didn't kill himself. I'm not suicidal. All right, so we're going to release these Krakens and then lemons, rather, but then we're going to get out of here. I bet you Abaddon, I don't know why. And Lacey PC are probably going to be the ones who win. Maybe they give it to all three because we only got 3 people in there. So it looks like you guys are winning yourselves some rewards tonight. That's my guess. That's my gut. We'll see. Here we go. What's it going to be? 1 second. Boom. Lacey PC 38 and Abaddon 22. Woohoo! I just gave like 58 cents back to you guys or something. Maybe it's a little more than that. So that's good. That's good. I'm glad you guys got a little win on that one. Got yourself a win. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think that's all I'm going to do then for tonight. please make sure you guys are joining. You guys, we have a forum over on my channel too, which would be cool to start getting rocking on my YouTube. Oh, thanks for donating back. I appreciate that. Abaddon, you're the man. Or woman. I don't know. Whatever. I don't judge. We should start the forum over on my website where you guys can go and you can become members for free. And then you can actually start your own little threads and stuff. It's got a cool little forum. So we could make it our own little safe place to talk about pretty much anything we want to. Yeah, so SJG Perspective. Sorry if the show was a little, not super exciting. I'm going to have next week Jason Burmis on. Supposed to. Also going to have Dustin Gold on again soon. He was a really fun interview, despite what you guys, maybe agree or don't agree with some of the things he thinks or says. I'm working on getting Mike Moore on. Not fat Michael Moore, not that guy, but Mike Moore from the Thomas Paine podcast. A very smart guy, very fun guy. And he's got a lot. He used to be, he still is, but investigative journalist and a journalist for, I believe it was the WAPO, and might have been the Washington Post. Maybe it was it's a pretty good sized little paper. And then he also has done some work for worked with the, I believe, DEA or FBI. And I'll have to get him on and explain his past. But man, he covers a lot of breaking stories. He has a lot of big time contacts and covers a lot of breaking stuff. And so Dustin's a friend with him, and I might get him on the channel too, working on that. So that would be pretty cool. So anyways, just some things that are coming up, trying to stay consistent. And that's, I think, one of the most important things here. I'm just trying to stay consistent and get up on here a few times a week. So with that, come on every evening. I wish I could come on every evening. The problem is I want to, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and you guys liking the show. I really want to get the show much more streamlined. Not streamlined that we don't have fun being us, but that I have my thoughts a little more correlated on the things I want to talk about, and I'm going through like on a theme. I'm not just jumping around ADHD and all over the place. And I also want to start some series where we cover some stuff that's important for us to know that's a way bigger picture. So that's kind of what I'm wanting to do. So on that note, I appreciate you guys. We will be back soon. Until next time, without fear of animals, it's SJG Perspective and or without fear or animus. And we will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night.